Hey guys, this is Dan from MollyMish.com. I want to show you what we get or how we get online while we're traveling. Many travelers around the US will know that wireless broadband is the way to go. There's satellite, which is has better coverage around the country because you can go to remote areas and still get the ability to upload, download, access the internet. However, satellite tends to have really slow upload speeds, and they generally have a cap. These do too. We have a Sprint 3G card, mobile broadband card. This one is the Merlin EX720 for $59.99 plus tax and service fees, FCC fees. You get 5 gigabytes of bandwidth. Our problem is 5 gigabytes is nowhere from enough for what we do. We work from the road. We require a lot of data bandwidth. So I looked around and I found a reseller of the Sprint service that offers a month-to-month contract that is $10 more, $69.99. However, it's $69.99 out the door every month. So there's no additional tax, no additional service fees. That is what you pay. And it is unlimited. And we've tested that unlimited plan because we've used it. When we were traveling last year, we used that thing for everything. When we work, we need to download gigabytes of files on a regular basis. We have never been overcharged. I can see having a 5 gigabyte plan, we probably would have been over by 10-15 gigabytes every month, and that means it would have been thousands of dollars more. So this card, along with the plan, is what allowed us to travel for as long as we did. It was actually a really critical part for us to be able to travel, is to have a 3G data plan that had good coverage, which Sprint does, not everywhere, so we had to pick and choose our locations carefully based on what kind of coverage we got. Our phones are also Sprint, so that gave us a pretty good idea as we're traveling around. Look at the phone to see, you know what, do we have coverage here? Is there 3G here? Yes, we're good to go. Boom, we can get a spot. The other piece of the puzzle, besides this, is our Cradlepoint router. This Cradlepoint router accepts an ExpressCard modem or a USB modem. It also has a Ethernet jack. So if you have Ethernet, you can plug that in. This could be either Ethernet for data in, or it could be Ethernet to go out to a router. So what we use this for is we use this to plug in our ExpressCard 3G modem, and then it turns our 3G signal to a Wi-Fi signal, so we can all share this connection. Worked out really well for driving around the car, for being at a campsite. We had external antennas that we can plug into this to get better reception. Then we have external antenna to plug into the Wi-Fi router to get better reception. So this can be obviously plugged into the wall using the included AC plug. Just plugs in like that. Now you've got a hotspot, instant hotspot. And if we're traveling around in the car, I also have a DC plug. Same thing, plug it in, boom. Now we can plug into the cigarette lighter and be driving around with internet connection on our computers, iPods, iPads, what have you. Now, what if we're walking around town and we have to work from a place where there is no power? This thing does not take batteries, internal batteries. So what we could do is we could just take this card and plug it in directly to our computers. But then it means that only one of us has the internet connection. So I looked and I looked and I found one of the greatest things for a mobile traveler, the iSound PowerMax battery pack. This external battery pack has a whopping 16,000 milliamp hours of battery life, or has battery capacity, I should say. Has 5 USB ports, so you can charge your phones, you can charge your iPods, iPads, music players, anything that takes a USB, you'll be able to plug it in here. The output on here has a combined output of 2.5 amps. Let me see. Combined output of 2.5 amps, and each individual one has a maximum output capacity of 2.1 amps. So that means if you plug in one, it will be able to draw 2.1 amp from a single one maximum. That means you'll leave 0.4 amps to use with the other one. So you won't be able to do 2 power hungry devices, but you can do 5 phones, 5 iPods, maybe an iPad and an iPod, or an iPad and a cell phone, something like that. 16,000 milliamp hours, which is amazing. That's compared to, let's say, my cell phone, which is the Sprint HTC EVO 4G. Standard battery on this is 1,500 milliamp hours. So this has over 10 times the capacity of the standard battery that comes with that. That's pretty amazing. Has a little LED light, so it doubles as a flashlight. Why not? If you're going to have the juice, you may as well have this nice little utility light. You can check your battery levels by pressing one button. One switch to turn on and off. The green light means that it's on. So what's great about this is that it puts out enough power to power this Wi-Fi router, 3G Wi-Fi router. And all I had to do was buy a plug that works with it, which means we got a barrel plug. This is 5.5 millimeter and 3.5 millimeter. 5.5 millimeter on the outside and 3.5 millimeter on the inside. And it's negative on the outside, positive on the inside. And that's what this router takes. So now we can plug that in, and then we can plug this in to the battery pack. Flip that switch. Boom. We got an instant portable Wi-Fi hotspot using our iSound PowerMax battery, a custom cable, Cradlepoint router, and our 3G ExpressCard. This Cradlepoint model, by the way, is the CTR 500. There are other Cradlepoints that have internal batteries, although I couldn't find one that accepts ExpressCards, just USB. This plug, by the way, is made by Tensility.com, made in China. Although I ordered this from digikey.com. It was about $5, something like that. And very, very handy. This is a nice little package. And if you're going to be traveling, I would highly recommend getting a setup like this. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Take care.